Clovis actually went up
Hey,
25.
everybody, this is Dr. James Professor back here live from Long Island, New York, and somewhere else, upstate New York, somewhere parts unknown.
Parts unknown.
Yeah, so the market had a pretty good week. It wasn't a sensational week, but it stabilized this week. Biotech started to come back, led by the gene editing stocks, CRISPR, Beam, Intellia, Editas, as well as a move by Innovis, who said that finally they're going to start enrollment on their phase 3 Parkinson's drug. FDA approved it, so that's going to get underway. And what else was good this week? Elucid made a
Clovis
little.
Oncology gained 25% today.
Which one?
Clovis Oncology. That was one that you were
Oh,
watching for a
Corvus.
while.
Yeah, that's been a favorite of a lot of biotech players.
No, it's had a good last couple of weeks.
Yeah, DTIL is one that I charted yesterday, and I
Uh
got
huh.
excited about it because it was on the verge of going over the 50-day moving average for the first time in a year. And it did today, and I bought some. So
Okay, yeah,
I'm
it looks
now
like it.
in DTIL, but I will be adding more when it takes out another key number, which we're going to look at in a little bit.
Sounds good.
So basically, I'm looking for another little pop up, and then I'll be convinced. Not totally convinced. I'm 75% convinced,
Right.
not
Well,
100%.
then only put 25. When you're 75% convinced, only put in 25% of what you were going to spend.
Right, and VLD is a Kathy Woods play that had a pop today. We talked about it yesterday on the show.
Oh, okay.
So it seems like everything we talked about yesterday on the show is did have a good day today. I also
Geez, I
want to
wish
talk
I wish
about
I watched it.
two ETFs, LIT and REMX, which is rare earths, and maybe a couple of other plays like MP, which is a rare earth play, and I have down Mara, which we'll give Mara
Okay,
a
yeah,
look.
no, Mara actually did good today.
Yeah, after getting destroyed and losing about 90% of its value first. But
Well, is that going to be a familiar story for the next couple of
yeah,
months?
let's say hello to Mark, who's kind
Hey,
enough
Mark.
to say hello to us, and to Linus. We haven't seen Linus in a while. Elon planning to take his
Yeah.
126 children to Mars. Elon is a Martian, I thought. I shouldn't say that. I should. I'm just kidding, Elon.
Yeah, yeah, right. He might cut you off.
Mika is with us today. All right, so I want to get started because I'm tight on time as you are, and
Yeah,
you've got a
as am I.
metro.
Yes.
So let's get started quickly.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we will see what there is to see.
So, what do you think? While you're setting up, but overall, this little upswing at the end, does that mean that maybe we're actually going to wake up Monday morning to some decent news instead of
I
took a
think
crash Monday?
let's take a look at SPY. I think
Okay.
today's day was well, basically it's flat today, right?
Right.
And the near-term resistance is actually 394, 393 and change, 393.16 to be
Hmm.
precise. And I expect that to be taken out. And then you have a little resistance at the 50. The 50 is at 396.47. So we have resistance just above where we are now. And if we get through to 50, we're looking to close this gap from 6922 to 40144. We do
Hmm.
that when we're in what I call an area of stiff resistance from 40150 till about 405, the middle of this
Yeah.
rectangle.
No, I know. When I was watching all the lines you were drawing yesterday, it just looked like a lot of friction on the way up.
Yes. So we have one, two, three, four areas of this is not really resistance, but three areas of
Yeah.
stiff resistance.
I'm calling it friction because I do want to see movement in that direction. Trying to be
Yeah,
optimistic.
I do think we move up from here. And I think we at least go past the 393.81. I think we go past the 50. I think we get stopped somewhere around 401 to 405 with a little pullback. I don't know how
Gotcha.
little, when I say little, might be big,
Right.
not sure. But I
Well,
think we,
I like what you said about when too many people get too confident too soon, and there's still another leg down.
yeah, that's what Jiggly was asking. Is it safe to get your toes wet? And I think when
Right.
everyone feels that it is indeed safe to get their toes wet, and then starts coming back in and adding to their positions or whatever, that's the
Yeah.
time to be very cautious. So it's always like that. The market is very tricky. And I said to Kamal that I think that the market inflicts maximal pain on people, or tries to anyway.
That's funny. God gives you just so much that you can take.
Yeah. So from this chart, it appears that we're going to be knocking on the door of 393 next week, probably 396. And it's possible we get rejected by 396. If we get past that, we're looking at 401 to 405. Let's take a look at DTIL, which I looked at yesterday. I
Right.
have it.
Doing a
I
big day
have it.
today.
Have it right
Oh,
here.
you have it handy right there. Yep.
Yeah. Now notice, here's the 50, this purple line, this line. Notice as
Uh-huh.
far as I can see, it's had a few touches. It had a touch here just June 8th. It had a touch on 627, another touch on 628. But the first close above the 50 was today, and the first close in a very long time. I think
Hmm.
I think it's about a year. Let's see. So looking for that purple line. The purple line is right
Yeah, I
here.
see it.
We touched it here. It didn't close above it. Uh, yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
any close above it until you go all the way back to this line, hit this bar on 8/26/21, about a
Right.
year ago, almost a year, 11 months. Well, 10 months, whatever, almost a year. And I think it's very meaningful that we finally have a close above the 50. On that basis alone, I bought a little, but this is the candle that I really want to take out, and that's the one from 628. The high that day was $1.85.
Uh-huh.
So even when we break this, even intraday, I think I'll be adding. And my target is this line, 255, 254. I might sell half of whatever I have at about 250, and then worry about it from there. So that's my target on this, $2.50 first target. And I haven't decided how much would come off at that point. But that's how I'm playing this one. DTIL. And what else? I have rare earths. I have lit. What do you want to do first? Let's do lit. I think I did. I
No,
think
that's all
I
right.
did. I did do it. Okay, I did it already. Lit. All right, lit. Try, um, lit has this double top, basically. The high of the day on 628, 77.40. That's the target. You got to break that. We break that, we're looking at really stiff resistance up around 80, 50. So
Hmm.
I'm looking for an easy move to 77 and change, and then a little bit tougher move up to 80. At 80, I might sell a little, up around 80. That's my thinking on lit. I've been accumulating, but I might actually sell a
Yeah, no,
little.
I've been buying this since well before the year ended, since last year. So
REMX rare earths is similar to lit in that it's needed for electric vehicles,
right.
the, the rare earths. And this particular ETF had, I don't know if this is a high of the year, I guess it is. Looks like a high of the year at 127.50. The low came in not too long ago
Mm.
at 81. No, probably, it might have been a lower low, but the recent low was 81, $80.53. I drew that line in.
Hmm.
Here's where we are now. And if you look at this one, I thought I drew the descending, the lower picture of the lower lows. I don't know what happened to it. I'll draw it again. Let me clear these drawings, and I'll throw in this line, this trend line.
There you go.
So we have a trend line down. These are lower lows. We have a similar situation with lower highs going all the way back, going all the way back to going all the way back to 331, which was a high of 119. We have the sequence of lower highs. And in order for me to play this one, I got to take out at least one high. So let's see, which high would I want to take out? Probably this one. I would want to take out 92.41 before I'm convinced that we're turning it around. And there's a lot of resistance up around there.
So you're thinking
So
this may just form this kind of pennant shape for a little while, and you might be able to play a swing until it gets too narrow.
yeah, you see, this one doesn't, the chart doesn't look that great, but if it takes out 92 and change, then it will look quite good to me. It'll look bullish. Right now, it
Gotcha.
doesn't look bullish. So uh, I'm watching this one. I'm not tempted to go in just yet. That's the way I see this one. I mean, of course, it could make that run, and if it does, I'd be interested in going in a little bit higher than where it is now.
Right.
And let's just take a look at the weekly. Same thing, right?
Yeah. No. No. No.
Yeah. And you can see very clearly the high that has to be taken out from last week, actually, 92.41. If that's taken out, I feel at least that there's a turnaround happening in this one.
Right.
Until then, just get more lower lows. That's annoying, to say the least. Check
Right, Dr. J, I'm
MP.
gonna have to sign off because I'm headed
Enjoy
over
the net game. We want a
to see
victory
the Mets.
tonight, Professor Spike, okay?
Yes, we do. We want to make sure that they saved enough in the engine from yesterday's great win,
Yeah.
and that's what we're
Here's a,
looking for.
here's a particular rare earth. It's a United States NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange company.
Bio.
It's similar. Enjoy. It's similar in that it's got a series of lower highs and lower lows. Also doesn't look that appealing at the moment, unless at least takes out last week's high at 37.32. So this is a similar picture. Not too thrilled about those charts, but I wanted to give them a look because if we like lit, you got to think we like the rare earths too. Mara and VLD. Let's take a look at that. Mara, this one lost about 80% off the top. So a little bounce back is well deserved. Bounce back 21% today. Not from the entire loss, but just from what it was trading at before today. The top was 83.45, and the recent low, that would be the low of this week, $5. That's annoying. That's a yucky poo. That's like 90%. Anyway, it gained back a nice chunk, not a nice chunk of it, but it had a nice move today. Nice move this week with the solid green candle. I like that. I don't think it's an engulfing. The low the week before was 527. This week the low is 520. Let's see if, yeah, it might be. It looks, I guess it is. We have an engulfing. This is interesting. We have an engulfing on Mara. I wonder if we have an engulfing on any of the other Bitcoin type stocks. Take a look at another one. Hut. What's it called? Hut. Another miner. Hut. Do we have an engulfing on the weekly on this? No, no engulfing on the weekly on this. Put Mara back. I just want to look at one more thing on Mara. Let's look at the daily, see how that, we 21% for the week. What about the daily? The daily was up, no, the daily was up 21%. Well, it looks like we have a beautiful rounded bottom, and we're now breaking out. So the daily looks pretty attractive, actually. Mara is looking pretty good. Maybe we're due for a comeback. We're due for a comeback on Mara. We're due for a comeback on all of the Bitcoin-related stocks. I like this area that it closed at. Basically closed at resistance. A break of the 50 is the story here. Break of the 50, and that'll take us back to last time we had a break of the 50 was April 5th. So I want to see it take out the 50. The 50 is at 970. So this is a strong buy. Even with a new high on Monday, I think I would be buying this one. A close above, let's say, a close above 9.25 is good enough, even if it doesn't break the 50. Mara looks interesting to me, chart-wise and otherwise. And the last one I said was VLD that I put down. VLD is a Kathy Wood rather. And how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would? Well, this one looks like it's breaking out. Kathy might have picked a winner. Or maybe she's making it break out by continually buying it. I don't know. But we've clearly bottomed here. And off the high, yeah, I mean, this is a very nice move. And again, you have the 50 is coming into play, not too far up. The 50 would be located at 228. Two ways to play it. You buy it now and sell it to 50, or you wait for it to break the close above the 50. If you want to buy it now, it looks okay to buy right now, or you could wait for a break of 196 and then buy it. It looks pretty strong. Kathy might have a winner. This is 3D printing, of course. Let's see if anybody has any requests. If not, we'll call it a day. Check EQOS mop bucket says. And Jiggly wants Paratech. And Riley DMTK, which we did yesterday. All right, I'll do it in reverse order. EQOS, then Paratech, and then DMTK if I have a chance. So what was the first one again? EQOS. I don't know that one. All right, EQOS. QOS. 89 cents, up 2 pennies. Don't know what they do. They had a fall from 250. And they look like they bottomed along with so many other little mid, little small caps, small caps. It looks like it bottomed at around 70 pennies. And it looks like we're in a trading range up around here at 96 cents. So what's the story on this one? I don't know. I mean, you're in a trading range. You've been in this trading range for about 3 weeks. You want to at least break out of the trading range before entering this trade, I would think. So you want to break through 96 cents. You probably want to break through $1, to be honest. Let's see what this high was back here on 69105. A move a move to 105 might imply a move to the upper end of the previous trading range at around 128. So if you buy around $1, you'd be looking for 28% on your money, 25%. That seems reasonable. To a reasonable play, that is. What was the other one? Paratech. I think that one is the antibiotic play that you've done nicely on, right, Jiggy? Jiggly's done nicely on this one. It's continuing to move up. So did we take out this high? 253. Yeah, we took that out. It's looking pretty good. It crossed the 100 into intraday. We busted the 50 a while ago. Actually only 3 days ago. It's looking, it looks pretty good here. Let's draw some lines. This was a key level right in here that we just took out. I meant to draw a straight line. That's about as straight as I can get. All right, so we took that out. We closed above the old high of the old top here of 252. We closed at 254. It's looking pretty good here, Jiggly. I think it may get up here and come back to this nice high that it put in. That's what I'd be looking for with a run. I'd be looking for another buck up to this level right here. Catches my eye. Catches my eye because it stopped right at the 50 back there April 11th. And that looks like a nice level for it to run to, 345. So if I'm owning this one and looking for a run, I'd be taking profits right around that area. The last one was Dermatech that was requested. I think it was up a few pennies today, maybe. We talked about it yesterday. Dermatech, yeah, it has to close above the 50. It's flirting with the 50, but it needs to close above the 50. All right, so any other, and I think that's about it. Any other requests? I don't see any other requests, so we killed the 25 minutes. I think that's enough. I'm looking forward to a good week next week, maybe a very good week. Let's see how it unfolds beginning on Monday. Happy trading to all of you, and BioDrek is back, remember that. And CRISPR had a little pullback today. I'm looking to probably buy more. And what else? That's about it. I think CRISPR and the gene editing stocks will continue to lead the market, the biotechs up. Ciao.